talk about administrative agencies. They're created by the United States Constitution. They're often identified by acronyms such as the ATF, the Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive Bureau, the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, the CPSC, the Consumer Product Safety Commission, the DOC, the Department of Commerce, NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, and the USDA, the Department of Agriculture. Administrative agencies execute laws, which is called administrative laws. Each administrative agency is responsible for a particular body of substantive law, but certain principles apply to all agencies. Federal regulations are equivalent to statutes which are enacted by Congress, and it has the same legal effect. In a Supreme Court case called Gilmore v. Lujan, it was determined that agencies have broad power and that people dealing with agencies are bound by rules and regulations enacted by that agency. Also, the power of the court is limited against the agencies to particular questions of fact, application of law to those facts, and the court only has the power to force an agency to act within its own power. Federal law provides for the setting forth of agency powers, the principles that govern the exercise of an agency powers, and it provides legal remedies to aggravated parties for unlawful administrative action. There are three types of administrative agencies: those that involve the legislative branch or the U.S. Congress, those that involve the president or the executive branch, and independent agencies. Administrative functions include regulation of private conduct, economic regulation of price and business practices, government exactions such as collecting taxes, disbursement of benefits like distributing subsidies to large sectors of the nation, also direct provisions of goods and services like Amtrak and large public utilities. There are three types of agencies, and they usually execute the laws that Congress passes in these categories: regulating private conduct, dispersing entitlements, and managing federal property. The independent agencies that I mentioned before are bodies that are created by Congress, and they consist of a collegial board and are not subject to removal by the president as the other agencies are, except for good cause. And their independent nature comes from their fixed term of appointment. In essence, the agency can defy the executive and legislative bodies. Advantages of having independent agencies is that they are good for adjudicating disputes, but not for policy or rulemaking, because there would be conflict with the presidential agency. I hope that this review of administrative agencies was helpful to you and works well with the other material that you are studying in this course week.